Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the marathon right there. We are live. Once again, just after working through just a couple quick seconds of technical difficulties right there, we are joining, I'm hoping I'm going to be pronouncing this right, SDiezal for the... Hey, perfect! A Link to the Past, no major glitches run. It'll be about 2 hours of awesome SNES action right here on the SpeedGaming Live Marathon. And SDiezal, if you want to take it away.
Awesome. Thank you all for hanging through the technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Not sure what it was, but we got it solved. And thank you everybody for behind the scenes getting it fixed. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to be doing the 100% category of Link to the Past. And it's going to be quite a journey. I'll take you all through it. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, the term 100% has it's very lenient with its description of what you would call 100% in this category. We're going to be skipping a few items only because this category does not require you to get mid-tier items of equipment. That includes the red shell. The red shield, the blue tunic, and the blue boomerang. And we'll actually be skipping those items within the speedrun, but I'll get over that later when we get to them. But that's just one minor definition difference of this category between like no major glitches or something like that. Thank you, Kay. It's also Let's Hope for Good RNG. This is a category that is known for having brutal RNG within two very specific heart pieces that we will have to be collecting for the 100% category of this game. That is a tangent we'll get on, and once that part comes up, nothing really like a tangent, but it's just it's a rough part of the speedrun, especially when you want to get down to a good time. You're at the mercy of the worst RNG you could possibly have. So the beginning here, up until we get to almost Desert Palace, is pretty similar to No Major Glitches route. We're going to be heading straight through Escape, head straight to Eastern, and we get our first route divergence from a No Major Glitches traditional speedrun route once we get to Desert Palace and have to get our first heart piece. Technically, it's actually once we go behind the breakable wall in the Salasrala house, but you could also opt for that in a No Major Glitches run as well. So normally you would get the boomerang right there. We're going to skip that. And the reason being is when you skip the blue boomerang throughout the first half of the game, pretty much until you get to the Dark World, there is a specific chest in Thieves Town that actually gives you the red boomerang, skipping the requirement to take the blue boomerang to the Waterfall Ferry and get it upgraded. Just facing the wrong way there twice. It's okay. Which is a very interesting find within the game, especially if you're just like a casual player and you're just like, oh, there's a red boomerang here. But you also find out you can have it physically upgraded by giving it to the Waterfall Ferry. Get rid of that guy. So yeah, I'll go over that whenever we get there as well. So yeah, we don't need to get the blue boomerang because we're going to get the red boomerang, which is the highest tier of that item. Same with like the tunics and the shields. But as far as we're going to get every single heart piece, we're going to get all the bottles, we're going to get all of the non-required items needed to finish the game. yeah, pretty much going to be the pretty typical route in a like a no save and quit, no major glitches type of speedrun. Right up until we get to Desert Palace. But until then, I'll go over a couple of the game techniques that I am knowledgeable in. I know a little bit about stair pumping. We'll get into that a little bit. And of course, if you're a seasonal randomizer player, you are pretty aware of most of the skips and strats and whatnot that are applied in randomizer that come from vanilla as well. It's a pretty good run there. Those ropes are pretty random. They can either be in your way or not. And usually when they're in their way, it's like 4 or 5 of them. It's never just like one of them. They like to follow in little groups there. So coming through the sewers. Just checking my time, 5:30. Okay. This rat always has the key. Far left rat will always have the key for this room. If you hug this left side wall, you can actually skip those 2 bats. And if I get it right here, I did. If you hold right at the specific moment of going through that door transition, you can actually skip the first dialogue box. I feel like I hold it a little bit too early. You need to hold right like a little bit later as you go through the door. And you can skip that first box. Sanctuary Elder here telling us all about what we need to do. But we always want to grab that heart piece for sure. What does NMG mean? NMG means no major glitches. It's typically what is the name for the standard no save and quit category for this game. Yeah, and what we're doing here is a 100% no major glitches. There are multiple categories for this wonderful game, including major glitches, all the way to reverse boss order, overworld glitches. There's a ton of crazy stuff you can do. So at these stairs here is our first chance to really get some good stair pumping. When you walk up and down, or I think it's actually just up stairs, you actually gain a few frames by tapping left and right by walking up them. You don't really notice a difference until you don't do it. And that's like the first example right there is that blue soldier. Right as you're walking up into the entrance to Eastern, if you don't stair pump on those stairs and just hold up and go, you'll run into him every time. But if you do stair pump, you'll be able to skirt by him without having to stop, which is really cool. So when I first learned this game like a year or so ago, as far as the vanilla game goes, I learned the randomizer first. But when I went and learned the vanilla speedrun, that was one of the first techniques I learned that was like actually really cool to learn. That Stalfos room, if you follow that path and kill the Stalfos in that order, like if you follow that path I went through there, it'll work pretty much every time. If you like walk outside of that path, the Stalfos all reappear. Eastern is pretty straightforward. Only difference being you don't have Bloomerang, but I can't really think of any other instance you would use Bloomerang in a regular run. I am 1 heart down for this deboost, so I might actually grab this pot and then do it, just to be on the safe side. You can use the stairs as a good wall to deboost against from the knockback, because the stairs will limit your movement. So if you deboost from the top of the anti-fairies to get into the pot, makes it a little bit easier. Normally you use the that Poe enemy right at the start to deboost to it. Same with these stairs here. If you just mash left and right as you go up and down, you go through those stairs a little bit faster. If you pick up the right and then left, you get those 2 arrows without having to get hit pretty consistently. Got a little too close to him. I was trying to get him in the same one there. Let's try that again. The arrow and a heart is up here. We should be good. It's a nifty little Armos fight. Shoot 5 arrows, get to the top left, and work your way down in a counterclockwise motion for the Armos quick kill. And not a bad Eastern, minus that last room. Now the time to go fast. Everyone's favorite part of the game. Talk a little bit about spin speed here in a minute. We are actually going to break open this wall behind Saha. In a hundo, you want to grab pretty much all 3 of these. You want the bombs for the Agina's Cave Harpies, and the rupees for House of Darkness coming up later. Try that again. There we go. So the way spin speed works is when you charge up your sword and let it go and tap the A button exactly 1 frame later, you'll enter it in the spin speed state. There we go. I hate going through that bridge. Which is basically allows you to walk around in dash speed. It's one of the most useful Japanese 1.0 glitches that are available to do within the speedrun, along with item dashing, spin speed, and a couple others. You can do the spin speed on, doesn't have to be on the stairs, you can do it pretty much anywhere, and as long as you hit stairs within like 2 steps and then walk off of them is when it'll pretty much trigger. It's really easy to tap that A button a little bit too fast too. It needs to be 1 frame after releasing. Get rid of that guy. Alright, so from here we're going to go ahead straight into Desert, and then we'll pick up our first heart piece. On the left side on Desert Ledge, heading into the dungeon exit. Whoops. Mashed a little bit too much there. Caused an extra text box. It's alright. Alright, start of... Ooh, Desert. I went a little bit too far to the left there. Get rid of that guy on this key bonk. Put yourself right about there. Don't actually hit hit that lamp dead on. You can be a little above it, and as long as you are hitting that lamp even a little bit, and you hit the wall, it'll count as a bonk. Accidental map button. Thank you very much. I have a really bad habit of doing that. Sometimes I wish I could just disable that button sometimes. I know a few others have done that on accident. It's just, once you're going for that A button so much to dash, you just accidentally hit there. Yeah. For the most part, I would say even if like you're like a beginner in the inner percent route, picking up the extra hundo doesn't hurt, but in a traditional, yeah, like no major glitches, any percent run, they're gonna skip those Saha chests in the back. I'm gonna be a little late on that. Yep. There we go. So definitely changing the RNG for agate and blue balls on that map check. You nailed it. Alright, so there's our first heart piece check there. We're gonna get another one after we do Lamo. Lamoless is always a dicey fight. That should have been a key dash. I think I pressed up before I dashed. May have pressed it on accident there. Oof. That's bad. I'll grab that. I'm gonna grab the extra heart here. I took a hit there. Yeah, we'll be buying a bottle here soon. Actually, we don't get that until like around the Dark World, but yeah. We definitely do get another one. Alright! Everyone's other favorite fight, the Lamoless. Pretty much the best strat for this fight that I've always learned is just time your arrows. There we go. As soon as you see them about to pop out, just start firing right at them. It's not bad. It was maybe a 5 cycle. I'll take it. It wasn't terrible at all. But that's one of the more frustrating fights I think newer runners will run into, is the Lamoless fight. But enough practice, you'll memorize the patterns they make, and it makes it a lot easier. Alright, so from here, straight to Agina will be your second heart piece in the 100% route. This is one of the main reasons that you do go behind the breakable wall behind Saw, is you want to pick up those bombs for this wall right here. And then write that out, because you really don't have an opportunity to get bombs anywhere else until then. And you pick up the extra 100 because it helps with getting that bottle and the purchase for pod as well, because you need to buy the way into pod before you need to buy the bottle. There are other ways of getting that 100, which you do in the no major glitches route, but and 100%, you're already right there, so you might as well just pick it up. So coming up next is the fake flipper. We're still going to be running that into this category, but up into bonk rocks to get that heart piece there. Oh boy. Make sure that guy doesn't come back. Alright. I like using the bush strat and no major glitches and 100% because it's very consistent when you're already heading from the left hand side. You can do a little spin speed there to get to bonk rocks if you nail it the right way. There we go. I'm going to pick up this heart piece now. It's really nice about getting this too, because you'll get a another heart refill once you pick up the one on Spectacle Rock coming up here in a minute. Yes, very true. Bomb shortages can be the worst, 100%. I ran into bomb shortages at the worst point. For me, I think it's Mire. I ran into a bomb shortage and the very end of Mire when you need to hit the switch right before Vitreous. And in order to get a bomb out of that situation, you have to pretty much mirror your way out and just go get a bomb from the slugs. It's pretty bad. That's just one example I can think of. You get short on bombs in any run. I think it's more prevalent in a no major glitches run. But yeah, it can be pretty bad. The pod is very generous with its bombs, for sure. And it's very good to load up on those bombs while you're there. Especially in a speed run. So we're going to spin speed here to our best ability, dodging these cabbages. I like to call the falling boulders. There is a heart piece underneath Spectacle, but we're going to actually get that after the Tower of Hera. Yeah, you can usually load up on enough bombs and pod that you should secure enough for the rest of your run. Mirror is very helpful in Tower of Hera. I'm going to be using it here. Get your short key, and then you're going to be using it again later on here in a second. We're going to be doing our first bomb jump as well in the run to get the Moon Pearl a little bit faster than the game intended you to get it. Oh! I missed it. Try it again. There we go. It's always nice to have a little controller handbrake. So, if you don't know, standing on pegs as they're up gives you iframes. So, like in the tile room, you can just kind of take a little break with your hands. After speedrunning all day, it's always nice to have a speedrun with a break. Yeah, really, like, your only issue with that, too... Oh boy, let me get rid of these guys. Is, if you just happen to mess up a bomb jump, and that's when you really run low on bombs, is just when you have issues with the bomb jump, which can happen. Bomb jumps will definitely deplete your number of bombs there very quickly if you fail them over and over. Which we're gonna get into our first one right here. Let's get rid of that guy so he doesn't give us an issue. So laying the bomb down and bonking off the wall. When you land off of the bonk will actually give you iframes when you land. And because this game is so awesome, the blast of the bomb kind of just sends you across gaps that you normally wouldn't be able to get across. So we use it there in that instance to get an early moon pearl, which is super helpful. Our third boss is Moldorn. He is definitely a little bit more random than Landmau. He's giving me really weird patterns. So we can get him on this side. There we go. One more hit to send Moldorn out of here. He does have a very specific moving pattern, but he's also very random into which direction he goes. Alright, 26-minute red pendant grab. Not the worst. Go ahead and take it. So after here, we're going to go ahead and head straight down. Grab our next heart piece, which is under the spectacle rock. Now, if you are really good at hovering, you can grab this a little bit faster by heading straight from the top part of the cave and then backing right back out. I am a very novice amateur hoverer, so I would dare not put that into a marathon run, but it is really nice when you can pull it off, for sure. And if you don't know what hovering is, that is a technique in which you press the A button when you have the boots to hover over gaps. You press the A button every other frame. It allows you to cross over gaps pretty easily. So after Death Mountain, we're going to head into the Lost Woods. We're going to pick up the Master Sword and 2 other items. That was a bad dash. We're going to pick up the mushroom, but we're not going to pick it up right now. We're going to pick it up on our way back. And the only reason being is in case you accidentally pick it up the first time on your way through, the mushroom reappears, so you want to pick it up on your way back in case you pick it up on your way to it. Because if you pick it up 2 times, then that's just wasted frames right there. Yeah, I do a lot of safe ways for marathons, that's for sure. I definitely change up my routes for everything when I do a marathon run, and I think that goes for a lot of runners who do speed runs. They change up little things here and there that they would normally not do in a safer way. Could it be a vanilla pen? It might be. So you pick up your mushroom there. We'll be turning that in a little bit. I'm gonna drop down here. meant to get out of that dash before I bonked. Well, I do a lot of accidental bonks. You'll see a good number of them sometimes. But from here, we're going to head straight back down into... we're pretty much done in the light world for now. Getting items. And then from here, you head straight into Hyrule Castle. Now, Agate Tower is one of my... I wouldn't say it's a bad dungeon. I actually kind of like it a little bit. It's like a mini Gauntlet. It's like a mini GT Gauntlet. You know, every room you pretty much have to do something different, but I could see why someone would not be a fan of the old Agate Tower. Oh. This room is always interesting to speedrun because it requires you to make the least amount of noise as possible in order for the soldiers to detect you. Somehow they still did there. Probably the bats or whatever. But that is a room that actually favors stealth. You also don't want to you want to do the least amount of diagonal movement as possible. This is the slowest movement in the game, I think. You want to always be going in pretty much straight path if you're not dashing. But there are a few instances where that it's okay to run in a diagonal movement. Now, normally you can lure those red guys. Try to do it here. There's a pod strat for this guy. But only really works well when you have the boomerang, and because we don't have the boomerang, we'll just have to make do. Two pots kill one of the soldiers, and then you can throw the boomerang to grab the key as soon as it's dead. It's one of the NMG strats that I really like with a boomerang. Alright, and we have come to our first RNG heavy, pretty much out of our hands situation point of the speedrun with our Aghanim blue balls coming up. I know a lot of randomizers like to do the guessing game with speed, how many blue balls we're gonna get. Always like to do them in the speedruns as well. We always want the lowest amount, but I typically go about 3. If I get 3 or less, I'm pretty happy with that. So the first one is always a reflective shot. And everything else after that is up in the air. Actually already really well. Holy moly. Zero blue balls. I almost didn't want to say anything. I couldn't believe it. What is this luck? Holy cow. That is very, very rare. Insanely rare. Holy crap. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've gotten 0 blue balls in a vanilla speedrun. It's not a randomizer. And I pretty much hope it's marathon luck. I hope we have the same luck, you know, coming up here soon. And another very RNG heavy aspect of the speedrun. But 0 blue balls, there you go. Usually never see it. It's like it's the Grand Slam home run with 9 outs. I'm sorry, in the 9th inning, 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a Grand Slam right there. That's pretty impressive. We just, like I said, we just have to hope we get that same amount of luck for the dig and chess game coming up in about 10 minutes. As long as we can continue this great luck, I'll be very happy. Alright, your first dungeon of the Dark World is Palace of Darkness. When I first learned the speedrun for this game, it had a different route that is used now, and to this day, I'm still trying to latch onto it, but I'm getting a little bit better. It's also a great spot to stock up on bombs, so I'm actually going to grab both of those right there. So the first thing we want to do is drop to the lower level, and we're going to grab the key here. Grab another bomb. Pretty much good on bombs now, for the most part. The RNG manip. How I wish there was an RNG manip for this speedrun. It would be fantastic. So after you grab your big key, go ahead and mirror out again, and then you head to the right hand side. A little late on the dash there. And coming up is another big bomb jump, which we call the hammer jump, or the hammer yump. This trick is a little specific in your pixel placement, so make sure we get the right one. Oh, I'm not gonna get this. My buffering is not doing well. Alright, we're gonna reset this room. Alright, so nailed it right away there. Nope. One more pixel down. We need to go. There we go. Ah! Something is definitely up. I've noticed today something's up with my start button. I can't mash it as easy as I used to. It's probably wear and tear. But we got it. The short explanation of hammer jump. It's a double pixel perfect trick. You need to be in a pixel perfect spot to lay the bomb and to get blasted by the bomb. So there's 2 very specific spots you need to stand in. And there's a couple visual cues you can use. You can use the... Oh, one sec. You can use Link's sword and a pattern on the ground, or you can use a... You can use a wall pattern on the side of the wall. There's a couple different you can use, a combination of the both. And it definitely helps to pause buffer so you get the exact position that you need. I'm gonna grab this 10. There we go. I'd say it's like one of the first major like tricks that you learn for the speedrun is to learning how to do the hammer jump, because it saves a lot of time from going to get the small key to open up that door, other than just bomb jumping it. Oh. And the turtle room coming up here. Just gonna do the double hammer here. And Helmut Sword coming up here is always a, on paper, very easy fight, but can go south very quickly. Especially when you get bad RNG like this. Never get tail whips, always fireballs. And another one. He'll either tail whip you or fireball you. And in this case, we're gonna get 2 fireballs and a tail whip. But that's okay. 100% is not opening every chest. No. Double vertical pixel perfect. Thank you. 100% is full inventory. It is not collecting every chest from like compass, map, stuff like that. It's just full inventory. As I explained earlier in the run, if you weren't there, so that means we don't have to get the blue boomerang, we don't have to get the blue tunic, the red shield, the magic shield. We just need to get full inventory. All bottles, all heart pieces, the bug net, all that good stuff. But just no mid-tier stuff. Alright, so after pod, we're going to make a small route divergence from, I believe, NMG, from what I remember. Yeah. But we got to get ready for this hammer dash here. There, and get away from those guys. There we go. Yes, this is vanilla Link to the Past. We are doing a 100% no major glitches category of Link to the Past. Oh, almost missed it. Almost missed it. So on your way to the flute, you actually want to stop and detour right here. The chests in the back are just filler. The main thing you want to get is the 300 from the NPC right here. I mean, we are at a very tumultuous time in the 100% speedrun, yes. Where it's either, your run dies either at Lamellus or it dies right here. Specifically for the 100% category. So when getting your shovel, you're actually going to want to put your mirror spot right about there. And shovel your flute into the mirror spot. That way it'll skip the cutscene and then you can head straight back to the Dark World. And before you head to the fantastic dig game, we're going to head to this cave here and pick up our next art piece. So go ahead, chat. Get in your guesses. How many dig games? I'm going to mirror bonk here. So let's stretch a little bit more. How many dig games is it going to take to get our heart piece? It takes like 22, 24 required digs before you can actually pick up the heart piece. So we're going to have to be really good in our digging. I am personally going to hope and go for 3 dig games. I'll be very happy with 3 dig games. While we're doing that, I'll go ahead and explain to you how dig game works. So you have to hit a very specific amount of digs before a heart piece can pop up. The fastest way to do your digs are in a very crisscross diagonal motion here, which I'm butchering very badly. But also, the most other important thing is to collect as many rupees as possible while also doing the dig game, because you need to pay for every single dig game that you do. And they cost 80 rupees per dig game. Usually you can recoup your loss with every dig game, if not get more from it. So we're already at 1 dig game. And again, the heart piece will not show up until, I cannot remember the specific number, but it's like in the 20s. And there you go. Second try dig game. Max Deuce nails it. We are continuing with the fantastic marathon luck. I am so ecstatic right now because I never get this luck in my regular runs. It never happens. It's always the best luck in marathons, I swear. I'm on a very hot streak with that. So after dig game, you're going to head over to the maze in Light World and actually mirror right there and pick this one up here. That is the best opportunity to pick that up. Normally, you'd have a good opportunity to Usain Bolt your way through here. 100%, I just don't find a good opportunity to do it. Upon entering Light into Kakariko, we're going to pick up our first bottle. I can't tell you how amazing a second try dig game is. We still have chess game, but yes. Second try disc game or chess dig game is just absolutely phenomenal. Something I would only pray for. You could only pray for in your RTAs. 0 blue ball, 2 dig game. That's also very true. We're just, yeah, continuing this amazing streak of RNG. I'm like, beside myself right now. So you get your bottle, you get your net, you get your bird. You item dash mash to 2. You can do a nifty little spin speed here. And then you want to pick up your powder before you head anywhere else. We're also going to need to remember to pick up a fairy for Spike Cave coming up later on. But usually I remember it in either Thieves or Ice. Or skull. One of the two. Gonna buy our second bottle here. Gonna do just a little bit more shopping, picking up some items here. Missed the spin speed there. Not that big of a deal. Single rupee, single arrow. Chess game burns your money way worse than dig game for sure. Because you have that really weird chance where it's just like, here's a little heart container. Here's a green rupee. Here's a single arrow. That is your worst case scenario, especially when it comes to chess game for sure. Can also do a spin speed here. Let's try that again. Nah, you actually have to step out and do it. So we've already wasted time on that, so we won't do it. You have to step out and then step back into it, and you can get a spin speed there. Pick up more bombs there. So now we're definitely good on bombs for the rest of the run. Item dash away there. And keep your hammer out because you're going to need the hammer coming up here in a second anyways. I like to grab the red rupees there because of chess game coming up, just in case we are just struck with the worst luck. The single bomb might be the other most insulting chess game item. For sure. Alright, so right from the start, I'm going to head straight to chess game. That is your first stop. So you want to get this out of the way now. You don't want to have to wait on this guy. So get your chess game guesses in now. I'm going to go 5. And that's being very generous. 5 chess games is very generous. We're already at 1. Okay, that's 2. Three chess game. This is a blessed run, everyone. Blessed run. I just cannot believe it. I knew once we got 0 blue balls, a 2 gig game, and then a 3 chess game. That's just blessed. So yeah, there you go. There's your red meringue. That's what happens when you do not pick up the blue boomerang. Way back at the beginning of the game. It turns that chest into the red boomerang. The game really, really wants you to have the boomerang. I don't know how else, like... Oh, I just got bunnied. The game just loves for you. It's like, say, hey, here's this item. We really want you to have it. And if you already have the blue boomerang, that is a 300 rupee chest. A 300 rupee chest, which is really crucial and very opportunistic. Especially in the NMG run. Yeah, we've been very blessed with the RNG in this run. To put it lightly. So coming up here in Thieves is the... Oh, this is always a fun room, the Hellway. A little bit too far to the left. It's okay. I'm going to be too close to collect it, so yeah. I was going to want to collect that one, but we'll have to deal without it. That's why you always play GT tile room first for that early big key. You never know, man. Let's wait for that to blow open, and then you can go. The top chest up there, if you're really short on bombs, is more bombs. So you can grab them up there, but all you need to do is bomb the floor. The jelly starfish. Jelly Patrick starfish got me. 300 rupees, yeah. NMG gets that chest on your way down to get frog. But that is one of the main reasons why we do skip the bloomerang in Wow. I'm so sorry, Maiden. I'm pretty sure I thought I, you know, grabbed your hand there, but I guess I didn't. And so I apologize. Excuse my bad manners for not guiding you out of this dungeon. Just imagine Link giving her a GPS, be like, here you go, good luck. So yeah, minor mistake there. It is interesting, yeah, there is no chest and dig game counter on the website. I don't think there is. But it definitely can make a difference. For sure. It was very rude of me. I apologized. And there you go. Crystal number 2. So, as you may not... If you're traditionally a randomizer player, you're like, what is going on right now? These cutscenes happen after every crystal. Pretty much just need to mash your buttons on your way through it. Every crystal will give you this. But it does give you a nice break. You know, all you have to do is just mash buttons. You don't really have to think about anything. Actually... in Hundo route, we're going to grab the 3 hundo from C-Shaped, actually now, before we go do our Tempered Sword quest. The reason we grab this now is because when we are on our way into Skull Woods, we'll be in the Light World, and we won't really be able to get that then, so... in de-rusting this category, I learned that, yeah, it's definitely way faster to grab that 300 now than have to come back for it later. It's clearly marked as crystal number 4. You're not wrong. But that's the beauty of this game. It allows you to do these dungeons in a little bit of a different order. Great use of item dashing here with the pegs. Your frog friend agrees. And on our way up to returning the Blacksmith, Ooh, I might have put that portal a little bit too close. That's okay. I think we'll be alright. So you want to return the blacksmith, re-enter the house. Tell him to make me a Cheeto sword. Squeeze by this portal. There we go. We're going to drop down and talk to our friend the Bat. He will give us half magic. And if there's one benefit to running the 100% category, I gotta tell you, it's half magic. I love having half magic. Red Tunic's nice, all the hearts are nice, but when it really comes down to it, having that half magic is always just really fun to have. So from here, going into the Dark World will trigger the blacksmith to finish the sword. So then you want to pick up the purple chest on your way out. I'm going to put the portal on the side here a little bit. And you want to drop the chest off right at the door. Get your mighty Cheeto sword. Get that chest back again. Come on. Come on. There you go. And we're going to fly to 6. Or, I'm sorry. 7. The game does intend you to do Thieves Town 4th. But getting that Titan's Mitt early and getting that Tempered Sword, especially for Mothula, is worth it in itself. And it's much faster to do it in that order in the speedrun, just because it makes that fight and pretty much everything else a little bit faster. And then from here, you can hit up the main portal after you grab your 3rd bottle from the purple chest, and you're on your way to Skullwoods. So in that order, that's the fastest way to blast your way through Kakariko and get all of the extra stuff that you need to get. I don't know why I decided to dash there. That's just really bad RNG with the hidden stone enemies in the bushes. It's always fun dashing into those guys. There's another one of those annoying rooms in any category you do. Let's just get rid of these guys. So if you're not familiar with the speedrun, Skullwoods is it's very much like one of those filler dungeons. There's a ton of rooms within the entirety of Skullwoods that is completely useless. The only thing you actually need to do to finish this dungeon is hop into that room right there, grab that big key, hop down to this little room right here, and pick up the big chest, and then head to the exit. A lot of it's just mostly just filler. It's just, we're going to show you these enemies that we want you to fight. And you don't have to do it. Grab your fire rod, and then you can hop right on out. Yeah, you definitely, you want to keep your portal right there, yeah. It's one of the worst rooms in the game. I would not say it's the worst room in the game. But it's one of the worst rooms in the game, I would say. It's definitely one of my least favorite rooms in the game, for sure. This back half of school is really nice. This first screen, oh, normally you can key dash that. I was off a little bit. with half magic, you can make this a little bit easier by just getting rid of these guys and still having enough magic for the end game here. So, because I didn't get a fairy earlier, I'm going to try to capture this one. Perfect. We're going to use that fairy for Spike Cave coming up here in a little bit. Now I just need to get rid of this guy. There we go. Just drop down without getting grabbed. Fire Eye just for safety. Molecula gets destroyed with the Tempered Sword so much easier than the Master Sword, which is, again, a main reason why you want to grab Tempered Sword. Oh boy. Before hopping down here. There we go. It is slightly. I can actually possibly fix that. I don't know if switching sources fixes that or not. So after Skullwoods, you are going to go ahead and mirror on out from here. Fly to 4. This is pretty much the same little shopkeeping part that you do from here in the NMG route. We're going to grab the medallion from the fish, and then we're going to grab our flippers. And there's a heart piece over there you want to pick up as well. So pretty much all of this is just really much item fetching and whatnot. I haven't really sent it over to the announcer if they have anything they want to announce, promote, anything coming up. This is actually a really, really good time because we're just pretty much gathering our items until we get to Ice Palace. Head down this way to Flippers. Oh my goodness. Vanilla Harpies.
Oh, apparently I was muted. Okay, let's try that again.
Oh, you went a little bit. There you go.
I'm talking away over here, and I'm like, oh, wait, no one can hear me. So, coming up in December the 11th to the 22nd, we will have SNES Superstars returning. Submissions are open for the event, and will be closing at the end of SpeedGaming Live on November 15th. Visit snessuperstars.org for more information. If you like what you see, want to help support this event and, you know, all that Speed Gaming has going on, we are doing donations. We appreciate your support. All donation and sub revenue during Speed Gaming Live goes towards next year. We will be back again, live and hopefully in person. And if you want to know more about the Speed Gaming Live 2021, use !2021 command in chat for more information, including a vote for what games you get to see featured next year. With that, let's see if we have any donations.
Oh, wait for this guy to get out of the way. Yeah, go right ahead if you do.
No donations currently, but if you're interested in donating, helping to vote for the incentives coming up during this marathon, and maybe also to vote for games that'll be featured in the next marathon, and tournament, I should say, in 2021, just go on over to the Metrino site and log in your donations, and you can vote for all the stuff. We've got the bid war battle going on right now for the next game. Valis choosing whether it's going to be Valis or Sid of Valis. So yes, get those contributions in right now. For those wondering, $20 currently has the lead for Sid of Valis.
Sounds good.
Okay, that's what I got.
Very nice. So coming into Ice Palace. Again, a lot of these rooms you don't really need to mess with. Just get in and get out. Oh, we got lucky there with a rebound shot. If you throw that bomb in the bottom right corner there, it'll hit the floor and the switch at the same time. Okay, we're good on bombs. We have another bomb jump coming up here, which allows you to skip a good portion of the Ice Palace dungeon that the game intends you to do. One of the more notorious bomb jumps in the game, IPBJ. If you line up, it's pretty much the same in kinda in theory, with the Palace of Darkness hammer jump. You just have to line yourself up with a specific pixel in both laying it and getting blasted by the bomb, and you can blast yourself across that gap and skipping pretty much a good, I would say, a third of the dungeon. I know what you're thinking. Why is he skipping the blue tunic? We do not pick that up. We only pick up the red tunic in this category. So coming up to Cold Stare, we are going to rely on a little strat that I use. Tap the wall there. Release your sword. Oh, got hit. It was a little sloppy, but we got the job done there. If you don't do the dash boot strat for Cold Stare, there is a different some sort of visual cue you can use for that fight. But that's the one that I use, is destroy the ice shield as quickly as possible. And you can walk towards the top wall tap with your sword, and then walk back and release your sword. And usually by then, that sets you up pretty good to corner Cold Stare in the top right corner. Tempered sword, again, is beautiful in this dungeon, so makes that fight a lot easier. Yeah, you definitely can hookshot through that fire bar as well. That is very true. After ice, we're gonna head up to Death Mountain. I'm gonna grab a couple more items here. Spin speed our way up. And the first item we get in the second trip up here is going to be the Can of Birna. Okay, the other main reason we picked up the ferry. Mostly because I'm just really bad at this room. And I've gotten worse over the months. I used to be pretty damn good at this room without... I've gotten to pretty close to where not needing the ferry. This was just a really bad attempt. Luckily, on our way out, it's a lot easier. But you definitely can make that without the ferry. It's a little tough, but it can be done. Neat little strat there. You can do spin speed and the Can of Birna to make your way out a little bit faster. I knew this speedrun would attract the interest of a lot of rando players. Me being a rando player as well, I'm more often a vanilla player than rando, but it's always nice to see the comparisons and the differences between the two. While we're up here, when you get the Can of Birna, head over to get the Ether Tablet. And normally in No Major Glitches, you would head to Swamp, but in Hundo, we're actually going to head to Mire next, and then we head to Swamp after. So that is a little bit of a route divergence there. Only thing we need to grab is the... I think it's the left one. Yeah. Left chest for another heart piece. And then you can pretty much back on out. So you can get bird toss. I don't know if you can get bird toss coming from the hut. I don't think so. I think you can get bird toss coming from the portal. Mire, at the start, you want to bonk the block and switch to Fire Rod. Mire 2 is a fun room to practice. The Wiz Robes will always spawn at the same spot, so you can kind of plan your way through that room. So here for Mire, you just want to grab that one at the start. Mire's pretty straightforward. It's the same as No Major Glitches. We grab the checkerboard heart after Mire, and it's always a very interesting dungeon to remember. Or I'm sorry, heart piece to remember to get after the dungeon. Correct, yeah. So a lot of what, you know, why we get items in a certain order comes from... Oh, that's not good. Ooh, that was close. Goes with like the 100% route. So we pick up, like the ice rod is literally the last item we grab, just because we can fly to it at any moment. We usually pick that up right before we head to Death Mountain. Just grab your big key and escape with your life. Grab that for insurance. Can never be too safe. Especially in Mire. I like to hesitate here a second and then dash. And then you get your red cane. Grab your last small key there, and then you can head on out. Yeah, NMG, like any percent, does offer a little bit more leniency with in what order you can do the dungeons, for sure. And the reason, yeah, like we mentioned earlier, you leave Swamp for last is because it's better en route to get your Butter Sword and the Silver Arrows. Which I actually had to, like, really think about. I was like, when I was first learning this category, it's like, well, why do we do that? And it totally makes sense when you look at the geography of where everything is. I haven't quite learned how to do the nifty switch strat here. Just boggles my mind whenever I see it. Although it probably wouldn't take too long to learn it. I just never put my mind to it. Here I'm gonna actually do that. And the Vitreous fight, pretty similar to the NMG fight as well. We're just going to deboost on the outside and release that spin on the inside. Oh, he got me there. Oh! That was rude. So we're not going to be able to do exactly what I wanted. Wait for this guy. There we go. That was insanely rude. Normally this fight is not that risky, but the eyes on the right decided that it would be more of a jerk than it should have been. Yeah, it's pretty much just, yeah, also not as safe, yeah. It's definitely possible. Same thing with getting, like, the fairy right before Vitreous. Like, you can do that fight on less health. It's just more safe to be at full health. Alright, so after you slay the eyeball, you want to head to the right. And grab this last checkerboard. Oop. Heart piece. Another Japanese 1.0 glitch there. If you mash that mirror on movable objects like the blocks, it makes them disappear. It's always fun. Actually, from here, yeah, we want to head straight into this portal, as I remember the route now. After you pick up the checkerboard heart piece. We're going to pick up our last medallion, and this is the perfect time to get it, right before Swamp, is the Bombo's medallion. And we're going to be getting the heart piece in the Draining of the Swamp. So if the stream announcer here, you got anything else you want to throw out there real quick? Got about a good 2 minutes before we head into anything important.
Sure. If you enjoy what you're seeing, feel free to use the event command in the title of the stream to see the schedule, brackets, and more information about the tournament, the marathon, and so much more going on with SpeedGaming Live. If you're interested in seeing the tournament return next year, use !20 to !2021 to vote for it. Additionally, you can use !donate to contribute to the prize pool for next year. We are, of course, deep in here on the marathon. We have Valis coming up next, followed by a short setup break, and then Siphon Filter. That will help carry us through towards the 8 o'clock hour, which will then kick off with Final Fantasy on the PSP, a single character run with just the Black Mage. Trenton GL will be taking over on that at the 8 o'clock hour to carry you through the morning.
Very nice. That Siphon Filter run being run by Pro007, a fellow Super Mario 3 randomizer runner that I oftenly race with. He ran that at last year's SGLIVE as well. I was thankful to witness that in person. Very fun run. Check that run out as well, coming up very soon from Pro007. Coming into Swamp Palace. After we grab that heart piece after draining the dam there, you can skip that first chest. There's nothing good in it. You can just bypass it in the vanilla game. Going through Vanilla Swamp, you cannot do early Swamp like you can in Rando, but having your Tempered Sword and more health makes this dungeon a breeze. Again, this is like intended to be the second Dark World dungeon that you do. Doing it second to last, it makes it pretty much not even an issue. I like to call it the breather dungeon. Allows you to catch your breath, especially if you're on like really good pace. You can kind of just collect your thoughts and really focus on the upcoming really hard parts of the run, which are T-Rock and Ganon's Tower.
I think for anyone that played this game growing up, eventually you just realized, you know what, doing the second dungeon here in the Dark World second really didn't make sense at a certain point. Go get that sword and really make the run easier.
Definitely for me, at least. I can't remember exactly the order I went as a kid, but I know I didn't go to Swamp until much later. I did not even think about going here after, you know, the palace of dark rooms everywhere.
I remember I followed the map in-game first time. You're like, okay, this is number 2. I'll go do number 2. And then afterwards, once you've played through it once, you're sitting there going, but I can just go get the mitts anytime I want. And that opens up so much else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I also did the same thing with... I did the same thing in Ice Palace when... I didn't know Bomb Jump at the time. But I would do Misery Mire before doing Ice Palace. Mm-hmm. Just so you can lay the Samaria block down on the Switch and skip having to do the right side of the dungeon. I'm like, guys, this is the way to do it, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, just being able to do the Samaria block and short circuit half that dungeon is so nice.
Yeah, it's just one of those lovely things about this game. You know, it allows you to do it in not in the intended order. Kind of go right at it. The soft lock dungeon. Oh no.
I think if young me had realized the Bombos medallion could let me into Ice Palace, I would have done Ice Palace a whole lot later.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. That's definitely something I didn't learn until much later, that you could do all of Ice Palace with the Bombos tablet. That's very true.
Yeah, it allows you to put Skull Woods off a lot longer if you wanted to.
That as well, yeah. If you really wanted to. Get out of the way there, Mr. Guy. There's a neat little strat you can do with that statue. If you wiggle left and right as you're pushing it, it actually saves you very minor movement, but you can definitely tell you move the statue a little bit faster. I think it just saves on the frames. Without the cane, yeah. I think I was one of those kids that I could not figure out Ice Palace. So I'm just like, I know where to get this item that lays a block down. Let's just go grab that instead.
It is a pain, and it starts that tradition that Ocarina did of anything that's related to water is just a pain to get through.
Yep. Very true. I 100% agree with that. Alright, so coming up in Swamp Palace is Argus. There is a really nifty, really awesome boot strat you can use with this fight. If you don't know how to use that, I recommend getting as close as you can to Argus and just swinging away at the puffs. The closer you limit the distance between you and Argus, makes this a lot easier. But one of these days, I do want to learn the hookshot boot strat for this fight, because it's really awesome. And there you go. There is your 6th crystal. Intended to be the 2nd, but we're getting it in the 6th. I believe this is also the longest maiden cutscene in the game. So I'll give. Y'all go ahead.
No, I was just saying exposition dump from the maiden as she explains everything.
Oh, it's just stuff that you'll totally remember later on, right? Yeah, no. I never remembered this lore. I was going to say, as we go through this, I do have one more run left in this marathon, and that is Mighty Gunvolt coming up on Sunday. Around 12-ish, 1-ish, somewhere around there. So be sure to check that out as well. Be closing it out with a few others that day as we finish up the SGLIVE marathon. But make sure to stay tuned for all of the runs throughout the entire weekend. Should be a lot of fun. So after you finish up Swamp, we're going to head over to the Lake Hylia Heartpiece spot. There's actually a really good spot you can mirror on right here. It might actually be a little low. Nope, we're good. You can collect the heart piece and immediately go back to the Dark World, which is exactly what we want. And we're going to dash our way to the right. You don't have to spin speed here. I like to do it just to do it. And we're going to be picking up our last bottle. From one of the best NPCs in the game. Now, after you grab your last bottle, you want to head straight back up the bridge here. Get your hammer, and we're gonna head over and grab the best weapons in the game. It's gonna make everything else you do from here on out so much easier. And definitely 100,000% required for the hundo category here. And vanilla, this big bomb is unlockable by finishing Ice Palace and Misery Mire. So as long as you have the tools to finish both of those, you can finish this up. Not quite sure why I'm taking the long way. You could probably blame a little bit of my rando muscle memory on this. But you can take a shortcut by mirroring below the Hyrule portal, which... Yep, totally slipped my mind there. I will not show any resilience to rando muscle memory for sure. It's definitely there sometimes. So you want to grab your silver arrows. Wrong way. There we go. Toss in your sword for the level 4 sword. I mean, is there any better feeling in rando when Bridge Guy gives you the boots? I don't think there is. Especially if you fake flipper to him and break logic. And you're like, oh man, I love you so much. It's true though. You do use that in rando as well. So from here, after Silver Butters, you're gonna head straight over. There we go. You hold out your sword and just tap your boot button there against the tombstone. It'll open it right up. You do not have to bonk into the King's Tomb. You can do that nifty little strat there. It'll save you a second or so. Good opportunity to hammer dash there. Probably the same amount of time, if not faster, than to just throw the damn bomb, but that's okay. After we collect the Graveyard Ledge heart piece, we're gonna get stabbed by a pitchfork there. And we're gonna make our way back up to the bumper cave, which will pick up our next heart piece. He's such a nice guy, he'll give his shoes right off his feet to you. Which in turn makes you run so much faster. Alright, so that's our last one of 4 there. Once you head up here, you can go ahead and just hit that mirror spot. Pretty much right about there is fine. Grab your lumberjack item. Can you believe this was an AGA 1 seed? That'll be the last rando joke that I make for the rest of the run, I promise. Actually, and then from here, we finally collect our last Y item, the elusive ice rod. The nicest of rods. After you get your ice rod, then you are heading straight to Death Mountain. And you're pretty much done with everything else. You have a couple more heart pieces to get, a couple more items to get, but they're all up here in Death Mountain. You believe this was a Naga 1 seed? Oh my god. Vanilla is like a conveniently really badly placed Plando. I wouldn't even say badly, just yeah. If you really think about it, the vanilla can be just a really evil Plando. Oh. As you know, dead rocks are the worst. And always will be the worst. Alright. T-Rock, pretty easy on your way through it in Hundo. You have more health to work with. Even though you're still going to be on Green Tunic, you're going to take a ton of damage from enemies, but having the extra health makes a huge difference. The only two extra items that we need to grab here are the Mirror Shield and the... That's cool. That's cool. And the Mimic chest heart piece. It's a fun strat. Use the hook shot to get yourself off the platform so you reset the room, and actually makes that a little bit faster. Look, using a little cape strat here. And I like to use the mirror strat as well. Mirror right to the beginning, get that full magic. And then platform your way to the top left. Alright, I practiced this earlier. Oh, we got it. I'm so glad I practiced that. The swag Samaria block dash strat for the Chomp Room. It's mostly swag, but it's also very helpful in getting through that room as fast as possible. I don't know why I had the urge to practice it, but now I'm glad I did because that was pretty good. Normally that room could be a nightmare. Let's grab our big key and U-turn. The double pokey room. This one's always fun. That didn't work out the way I wanted. That's fine. Yeah, that room's always smooth when you nail it. It's always really fun to get that room. Choppy room is never a fun room to deal with. So getting in and out of it quickly as possible is... That's the goal there. Hop on outside and you're gonna grab your second to last heart piece there. I like to switch the hookshot here, grab your mirror shield. So you can use the hookshot here, coming up here in this next room. After you dash through the pokey. Stuck there a little bit. No, that's okay. It's stuck on the wall there. And always, the hookshot strat's good just for so many uses within the game. Especially here, you can negate your damage by throwing the hookshot as soon as you're about to hit a fire bar there. So on the laser bridge, all we need to do is go to the very last chest. Grab the small key here. Switch to Samaria here. If you put a block there, item dash your way through, should hit both switches, and you can make your way through there. Got a riot shield, that's right. Alright, so coming up, we're going to do the, what I call the, I think most do, the backdoor strat for Trinex. I went a little bit too far there. I think I'm good. Ah. I wanted a 0 cycle. We'll take the 1 cycle though. With the butter sword, you can 0 cycle Trinex to where he does not do a lunge head attack. Because it only takes 3 hits per head with a butter sword, and you can easily time that fast enough to where it skips that attack altogether. There, I got a little bit too close, took contact damage, and hit the spikes, but still pretty decent fight, okay. Some more exposition here as you are actually talking to Zelda on this crystal. She was captured within Trinex. What a dungeon to be alive in. Do a little spin speed there as you exit T-Rock. And you are going to head into what the community calls Hookshot Cave. It's a very popular cave and randomizer. We're only going to come here for one singular item. That was my computer. Sorry about that. We're going to grab that little guy right there, and that will complete all of our heart pieces. Always good indication to know when you pick that up and you see max health. It's like, alright, I didn't miss anything. Good. And then our last actual collectible item will be here in Ganon's Tower with the Red Tunic. So Ganon's Tower, easily my favorite dungeon in the game. Just a lot of, both I think casually and even in the speedrun, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do here. You head to the left at the start. Grab that key. Switch to your hammer in the next room. Normally you can do a boomerang strat here with a blue boomerang. With a red one, it's not as easy. So what I usually opt for is just throwing a Samaria block down. Hookshot the bottom, and then wall bonk the right. Oh, I grabbed the wall instead. That's okay. That is correct. We will not get the blue mail in this run. We grab it. We only grab the red mail for the 100% category. Walk your way over. Coming up is the Ice Armos fight. Luckily, we do have silver arrows, so that makes this fight a lot easier. Actually, yep, there we go. Much easier than the non-silver arrow fight, for sure. That one got away from me. Sorry. I think I'm more used to the non-silver arrow fight. Normally you would mirror right there. We're not gonna mirror. Instead, we are gonna complete this category by collecting the last chest that we need. There you go. We're actually done here. We can mirror at the end, or you can exit. I believe it's faster to mirror. You unfortunately did miss the BK guessing game. I'm so sorry. This room's always fun. You can manipulate this mimic here to come up a little bit more. There we go. Definitely not as smooth as I wanted it, but I'll take it. Same thing for that guy. Oh, he got caught by the block. There we go. That's an easy key dash right there. Dash as soon as you get through the door. Nice dash there through the spikes. Perfect. Alright, coming up is the Gauntlet. These next few rooms will require you to kill every enemy in order to progress. It's a pretty bad first room. Let's get through this one. Aye, there we go. Almost had that guy in the top left there. So next up we can dash through in the middle. And hit the guy on the side. Land mode 2. Much easier fight than normal. Silver arrows will one-shot them if you can land them. Missed the last two. Oh! Sorry. Or it's like 2 butter sword hits, I think. Also kills them. Love the Canon Samari in these next few rooms. Now, normally you can definitely do this with the fire rod. Oh, hello. Love how that lamp did not get lit. That's super weird. Two keys going in. We do not need to get the extra one here. I grabbed the extra one on the lamp just because it saves you time from having to fuss with the mini helmet. And just for insurance, I like to powder at least one of those. And head on down. As you jump down, switch to hookshot. Just gonna need it. Crap. Definitely, totally meant to do that on purpose. I mean, that was totally intended. Definitely meant to do that. For secret reasons. Always like to grab the last one just for the hell of it. Just keeping you guys on your toes, man. It's clearly what I'm doing. Alright, coming up is Aga 2. You know, I thought about doing the hover. I thought about it. If I was way ahead, I probably would have attempted the hover. This is one of my least favorite fights in the game just because of how random it can be. Oh, that was pretty good. Never been a fan of Aga 2. That works. All right. Aga RNG manip, 100%. All right, so coming up on the easiest Ganon fight you can have. I guess it could be technically easier if you had bottles full of potions, but I mean, honestly, you shouldn't need them for the most part. With Butter Sword and Silver Arrows, Ganon, and especially in Hundo, really easy fight. And we're gonna get ready on time. Coming up on the death of Mr. Pigman here. Ganon warps are random. Another deciding factor of whether you PB or not, sometimes. It's really unfortunate if it comes down to Ganon warps. I can't think of anything worse. Alright, so we are going to get our torch glitch in. Not necessarily needed for Silver Arrow kill, but definitely helps. got the double there. One more hit. Should have had it there. Do a fire rod dash our way in. And that is a dot done coming up on the doorway entry here. A 2 hour and 17 second mark for a 100% run. I'll take it. Pretty much my average is the 2 hour mark there. Not bad though. And there you go. That is the 100% category for A Link to the Past. No major glitches.